Welcome back to my channel, y'all. Today I went ahead and bought a battery for the Honda 1300. It's the same size as this 14L, but this is a 14-BS instead of a L. And the difference between the regular and the L is, like I was kind of mentioning, about the positive being on the left hand side. Alright, as you can see, this battery has not been touched. And I'm thinking about trying some stuff. Oh, and another thing I want to point out. Look at here. Same instructions. Well, I got it upside down. But same instructions. Anyway, I got to looking at that box. This box, both batteries is made in Vietnam. What today I'm going to do, before I even put the acid in this right here, let's see. Yeah, see, the positive's here, but the negative's here. The positive is over here where the negative. So I'm thinking that the L stands for the positive is going to be on the left hand side of the battery. Now what I'm going to do, now I already done this to this battery, but I got to thinking. I said, well, you know, what I did, I took some Loctite glue and I barely put some on the edge of that nut and tighten it down, and see how that nut is staying up there, staying on instead of dropping down. And that would make for putting in the battery a lot easier. Excuse me. But what I'm thinking is something totally different. Instead of the Loctite glue, what I'm going to try to attempt to do is, before I put the acid in this battery, I'm going to go ahead and put the pieces on it. And I'm going to see if I can solder them nuts to the post. Get this out of there. See, and this battery does not have the spacers with it. All right, get this open here. Yeah, what I'm going to just attempt to do is put that right there. Like I said, remember, there's no acid in this battery. Let's see, there's my screwdriver. Try to get that straight. I'll worry about putting the washers on later when I start to put everything together. Now I could have already had this done, but I wanted to do show you the unboxing and the stuff that caught my attention. Now, there's no acid in the battery, and what I'm going to do is set it up on the vise sideways, because there's nothing in it to spill out. Plug my soldering iron in, let it warm up. There's my solder setting on my acid. Maybe I can get this in the camera good. Just want to try something new here. Well, it looks pretty good across there. Let me go to the other side. While that's cooling. Because I know the solder is going to stick to lead real good. And with the nuts on there, I was wanting, hopefully it'll stick real good to the nuts also. Let's see. Might need to go up on the lid just a little bit more. Okay, now we'll let that cool and see what we got. And if that works, then I'll put the acid in. Let's see, we can go ahead and check this ground one. Let's see. Yeah, it's still a little warm. Look at that. Ooh, that's warm. Still warm. Okay. I'm just going to let her cool down just a little bit. Yeah, looks like a little solder might have run in there on me. So let me try something right quick like. Huh? Yep. Now that screws in perfect. I wonder if there's a little bit of solder running. Ooh, that's still warm. Yeah. I think I'm going to use these nuts instead of the new ones right here, because I think I might have let a little bit of solder run in there, and whereas that solder run a lot quicker than I thought it was going to. So that's something to be careful of right there. Make sure you got spare nuts. I mean spare screws, not nuts. I don't know what I'm talking about. But anyway, how about that, y'all? Because sometimes getting them nuts to get started right there, if you ever mess with a motorcycle battery, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now the other batteries they came out with is solid, and you don't have no problems getting them nuts to start. But anyway, that is something that I was thinking about doing, and from what I can tell, folks, it will work, and that is great news right there. Let me make sure that, let's see, I still feel some warmth right there. I'm gonna let this cool down, and I'll be right back, because I want this to be room temperature instead of it warm like it is. Then I'm gonna pull the cover off, put the acid in, and let's see what's gonna happen. Be right back. Okay, now we all nice and cool. What I'm gonna do is pour the acid in. Oh, and when I was doing this battery, there's one thing I failed to mention to y'all. What you need to do is let it set for about 30 minutes before you start charging the battery. In other words, put the acid in, let it set for 30 minutes, then start charging. And charge it for, you know, if you got like a 1.5 amp charger, 5 to 10 hours. If you're charging it faster, oh, these don't want to come off. Okay. That's a tight fit right there. A little bit tighter than what the other one was. Ooh, okay. Yeah, there's a little tear right there. Tear there and a tear there. Alright. Let me go ahead and turn this over and get her in there. Some is pouring faster than the others. Yeah, while I'm waiting for that to get filled, maybe I can do this. Red to the positive and white to the negative. Let's see if I can reach in there and snug her down. It don't have to be super tight because everything's good and clean. It'll make a good connection. It's almost all in. Looks like I see just a little bit right there. Okay, well, I'm gonna let it set for just a minute more. Then I'm gonna go ahead and put the caps on. Well, yeah, there was a little bit right there. I still hear it draining down in there. Alright. Put the top on. And now, this battery is sealed. Put that there. Set that there. Now, we wait for 30 minutes, and then I'll put my trickle charger to it. And I'll just, I'm not going to let it set overnight, but I'm going to let it set for about, I'll say, probably an hour and a half, 2 hours, somewhere along in there. And I'll come back tomorrow and put the charger back to it. Okay, be right back. It's been 30 minutes now, and what I'm fixing to do is plug her in, go ahead and start charging. Anyway, I was sitting around thinking about this. You know, I think I'm going to start doing this to every battery that I put in. Go ahead and solder the nuts on there. But don't solder. If you got a battery that's already been filled, do not attempt that. In other words, take your battery, the one that has not have any acid in it. Then you can turn it up on its side and all this other stuff. Now, I know this is supposed to be a totally sealed battery, but at the same time, don't take a chance on it, y'all. In other words, do this to a battery that has no acid in it to begin with. Alright, plug that in. Plug that up. And our charger is working. There's your first red. Then there'll be a second red, then a yellow, then a green. Alright, well anyway, I just wanted to kind of point that out to you. I'm going to let it set for about an hour and a half today. I might go ahead and just slide it in. I don't know. And then, you know, I can always finish charging it while it's on the bike, because it already has these ends on the motorcycle. But yeah, I really do like that trick right there. Like I said, I'm going to definitely do that to the rest of the batteries that I put in, providing that they ain't done already have acid put in it to begin with. If there's acid already been put in it, you can try a little bit of super glue, Loctite super glue. Put just a little bit on the edge. In other words, it would be like on the edge right there, but not much, because you don't want to bind that screw down in that lock, or Loctite that screw to the nut. Yep. You know what, I bet you I can clean them threads right there and be able to put the new bolts in. Yeah, they're just a little, yeah, it's getting easier. Yeah, it must have been where the soldering flux run in there on the threads. I think see a little spot right there. I don't know if the camera is going to be able to pick that up or not, but it looks like me there's just a little spot where the flux got. Okay, well, I reckon that'll do it for right now. Like I said, I might end up putting the battery back in to the 1300. All right, be right back. Okay, I got a green light flashing now. that tells me it's, you know, pretty much charged. But I'm gonna go ahead and unplug. And what I'm planning on doing is go ahead and putting it into the bike today. I might switch it on because I'm curious to see how many miles is on this bike. Yeah, I'm here to tell y'all, I like that being soldered in. And too, I got these bolts. I got them where they run in there better. A lot better. Okay, well, let's step over there and slide her in. Let's see, I think I got everything. I'll come back and get my charger later. Oh, let's see. Yep, working on the trailer is something else. Oh. Let's slide that right there. Get that over there out of the way. And I might need to left them washers off until I got everything put down. I think that's what I'll do. Pull them back off, get the battery stuck down in there, then put the bolts in there. It's a little bit of a tight fit. Got the ground caught. There it is. Okay, now pull that back. That'll fit on there like that. Take this in, run it across there like that. And let's see if I can get that bolt. Let's see, that one right there. Yep. Okay. Now get this bolt. Get this ground. Make sure she's snug down good. Okay. Now I got the top to put back over and, you know, kind of reassemble everything. Let's see. Oh, this is great. Been sitting out in the sunlight long and daggum enough that you can't see what the odometer is showing. Okay, that switch needs to be worked with just a little bit. Well, at least the oil light went out. Okay, yep. Now, pull the tank. Well, that's got a nasty little dent right there. Don't think I'm I might be able to do something with that. I don't know for sure. But pull the tank. Ooh, there's another dent. 2 dents in this tank. Anyway, pull the tank, pull the carburetor, clean all that, and then go from there. Okay, well, I reckon that'll do it for this video. But yeah, doing that trick with them batteries, with the battery, about soldering the nut to it, I think that's the best way of going, because you see, I didn't have that much of a problem getting them started and getting them run down in there. Okay, I reckon that'll do it for this video. Thank you for watching. Okay, I had to add this in right quick. Like the battery, as far as it goes for the Harley Davidson 1200, when I was putting that ground wire on, I'm here to tell you, it was easy. And remember, this is the one that I put the Loctite super glue on. And on the 1300 is one I soldered. But yeah, them right there, as long as you take your time with it and don't force it, that right there will stay there. All right, another problem that I have seen, look at this, y'all. That is not gonna reach. That is not gonna reach. So what I'm gonna end up having to do, get it with the owner, tell them what I found out. I'm gonna end up having to cut this and find out, it feels like it's been put back together right in there. But what I need to do is take it apart, we'll find out where it's been put together, cut it, resolder another wire to it, and lengthen it out to where it fits up here on top. Because the battery, that fits no problem. No problem whatsoever. Goes right on up there. But this right here, I'm going to have to fix this and extend it to where it'll reach to here. I wish I already had that bracket that goes here to help hold the battery in. But that's okay. It just slides out just a little bit and it'll stay right there. All right. Well, this is definitely the end of this video. Thank you for watching.